Welcome to Sprat City. There's one. Look at them go. They're cute. And also a little weirdly fast. A little distresso. Would you like a distresso espresso?
Real dive. Hey, I wonder if they got those floorboards that creak when a stranger walks in.
Oh, ugh. This place smells like Felix's birth.
What does that mean? Hang on a second. Spelling birth. A ship's allotted space at a wharf or dock. A fixed bed or bunk on a ship. Oh, so it just smells like his bedroom. Basically. Okay. I was like, what the fuck did you say to me? At first glance, birth is just a distressing word to hear in that context until you see it spelled with an E in the subtitles. Ah, bar patron. Patron. Bar patron. Shaken, not stirred.
Don't forget to close your tab before you head out.
Whoopsie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's gonna turn into one of those playthroughs.
Are you my agent on the ground?
Sorry?
I've been sent to meet a certain someone about a certain piece of merchandise. They're supposed to use a secret code phrase.
Can't help you. I'm just here to drink.
That's the code phrase. It is you.
Quiet down. You're making a scene.
Yeah, hello, it's me. Dr. Scene. I have been made. Spooky backrooms where you find out that you're all being controlled by a parasite or
I
something?
don't know. Did you bring the goods?
No payment, no goods.
Give me a taste of the goods. Just so I know I can trust you.
You can't trust me. Now, did you bring the payment?
I don't know. Did you bring the goods?
Oh my god, you guys. Just fucking kiss already. Smear that green lipstick everywhere.
You're a humbug, Trixie, and worse, a thief.
I can't steal what's lawfully mine, you tangle-footed dimwit. Bring it up, you two. I've heard more than enough of your shit for one day.
You just called her a humbug? The fuck says that?
That was my salvage, Trixie. You had no right to it then, and you've no right to it now.
Maybe you shouldn't have trusted somebody named Trixie.
I risked my life sneaking around marauders to claim that wreck. And I didn't see your name on it.
Now you've done it. Eat fist!
All right, that's enough! This is a family establishment! You want to make a mess? You make it outside!
But this was personal, Lex. It's a question of salvage. That wreck was gonna make me a fortune.
I sure hope nobody brings their kids here. You get a lot of tavern squaggles around, squabbles around here.
It's the same fight every day. 5 years we've been at this, and we still can't agree on how to properly tag salvage. Now you two listen, this is my place. While you're in the Sprat Shack, you'll sit quietly, or I'll forbid you to come here at all. Is that understood?
Fair's fair. I'll have a stout, and we'll settle this later on our own terms.
It's no good to leave a fight unresolved. If I don't do something, these two are gonna be at each other's throats.
Well then, at some point one of them solves the other and then you don't have to worry about it anymore, right? What do you propose?
Would you do me a favor and weigh in as a third party? I can use an unbiased set of eyes on the problem, and an outsider like you fits the bill.
You want me to decide their drunken argument?
If you wouldn't mind.
Why not just get von Hoffman?
This isn't von Hoffman material. Calling up von Hoffman would be like swatting a fly with a sledgehammer.
I'm an orbital strike. Fine, I'll give it a whirl.
Freddy, Trixie, go on and make your case to the generous stranger.
I'll start, seeing as I'm the one who's been most wronged in this equation.
Okay, but whoever talks last usually wins in court cases or whatever. I don't remember what the stat is. I'm just making shit up now. State your names for the tavern.
Oh, very formal. Freddy the Scab, freelancer for sublight salvage and shipping, same as my father before me.
Junkyard Trixie. Also a salvage freelancer. Though, I've been at it longer than Freddy.
So, just up the road and due east of here, there's a shipwreck lodged in the mountainside, right? I staked my claim on that wreck. Then I wandered in for a drink. An hour later, Trixie swaggers in bragging about her salvage. Ugh, the nerve of some people.
How did you make the claim?
I climbed on top of it and called out in my loudest voice, "Finders keepers!"
I mean, it's in the middle of side of a mountain or something, isn't it? Like, I feel like everyone spotted it. Is that legal?
I don't know about legal, but it's legit by sublight standards. Assuming anyone was around to hear it, which we can't know for sure.
Someone must have heard me. They just ain't brave enough to step forward and admit it.
You could have tried literally having your name on it. Instead of, like, spray painting it. You know, anything more than just, like, I hope someone heard my claim, haha. Your case isn't winning me over so far, Freddy.
What if I were to sweeten the deal? Say the salvage is mine, and I'll give you a share of the finder's fee.
Bullshit. That ain't fair.
Give me your side of the story and I'll decide what's fair.
When I found the shipwreck, there were no salvage mark. See, the whole area was teeming with bloodthirsty marauders. So I snuck around and added my tag, clear as day so no drunken idiots could claim the salvage out from under me, Freddy.
For the record, when I heard the marauders coming, I left. Trixie must have set her mark down after me.
You had your chance to talk.
Sorry, I won't speak out of turn again.
Anyway, that's my story, sir.
What mark did you leave on the salvage, Trixie?
I drew next in the dirt, with my toe.
Oh shit, you guys are trash. That's not... Get some fucking spray cans, you fools. Use tagging IDs of some kind. Get like some kind of like emblem or like just write your name, just anything if this is your fucking basis. Can't the marauders have walked over it by now or the wind blown it away?
Wouldn't surprise me in the least, but that doesn't mean it ain't mine.
In all my years, I've never heard a more contentious argument. I don't envy your shoulders for bearing the weight of responsibility. You've heard it from them both. So, who gets the salvage?
The answer is both their claims are trash. It's my salvage now. Fuck you guys. These idiots don't know how to tag salvage, so I rule in no one's favor. Freddy tried to bribe me, so I rule in Trixie's favor.
What? I've never heard of such goody two-shoes, law-abiding humbuggery in all my life.
Thank you. Blah, it's hard to get a fair trial in this Sprat-fucked colony.
Here's a six-pack on the house, plus your fee. Maybe now we'll finally get some peace around here for a change.
I am absolutely the opposite of law-abiding. I just don't like you. You did that yourself. What's gonna happen to the wreck?
I'll write to Lilia Hagen in the corporate office on Groundbreaker. She'll get some haulers to drag it away. It'll take a while. Nothing happens fast around these parts. But at least the salvage would get a good home.
Does this happen often?
A little too often if you ask me, but that's the sublight way. Anything worth doing is worth fighting over.
Glad to be of service. See you around.
Come and chat if you're ever feeling thirsty.
Rarely.
Boss, I was hoping for a scuffle. I had a bottle ready and everything.
I can bring you one.
That's my captain.
It ain't fair. That salvage was mine first.
You guys like don't even fucking do anything. You just be like, I see it. Give me the money for it. It's me. It's kind of embarrassing. Like all you do is call in Hagen to come get it. You don't even do anything. You just spot it and be like, that's mine. I lay claim. And then you don't like get any of it yourself or sell it yourself.
Thanks again for the salvage. You're all right, no matter what Freddy says.
You guys seem less like salvagers and more like finders keepers. Like you're just squatters. I just spot stuff and be like, mine.
Quit staring. I ain't here for your entertainment.
I wish I knew what button got rid of my gun, but if I press random buttons, I might kill somebody. That's the scary part.
What was her name again? Ambrose. Could curdle milk with the glare of that woman.
Gross. I don't like that story.
Sorry about Freddy and Trixie. When they're not fighting over salvage, they're fighting over the bed sheets at night.
What? Those two are a couple?
They like to blow off steam during work hours, but as soon as they clock out, they turn into a pair of kittens. Welcome to the Sprat Shack. First one's on the house, and I won't even water it down. What'll it be?
I just helped them in their foreplay. Spectrum vodka. I want to see colors and lots of them.
Bottoms up. I assume you're here for salvage.
Sure. Got any leads?
Even if I did, I ain't supposed to play favorites. Most of my regulars are sublight scavengers. They pick over the ruins of Gorgon, spend their earnings at the bar, and head back out the next day. Vicious cycle, but that's life. You're the first new face I've seen in a while.
You know anyone by the name of Lucky Montoya?
Lucky? Sure, I knew him. He could get a little dramatic at times, but he was a good guy. Heard he took on a dangerous job. Spent a lot of time coming and going from the Office of Creative Incubation, just down the road.
You're speaking of him in past tense, I'm noticing. Did he tell you anything about the job?
I don't ask about jobs unless people want to make it my business. And Lucky wasn't talking. Awful shame about what happened to him.
What happened?
You really want to hear my story? Law, most everyone around here is sick to death of it by now. Last I saw of Lucky was a few days ago. I went outside for a smoke and a stroll, and I saw this wild canid dragging a bloody limb. So I kicked the canid, scared it off.
Go on.
Get this, the canid was chewing on an honest-to-law human arm. Lucky's arm.
How'd you know it belonged to Lucky?
I'm a bartender. Attention to detail is my middle name.
Cumbersome.
Anyway, the arm was clutching a phonograph that mentioned someone named Alex Hawthorne. I did some poking around, and this Hawthorne has a reputation among the salvagers who frequent the bar. So I packaged up the arm nice and tidy and sent it care of the Halcyon parcel service. They even gave me a discount on the hazardous waste removal stamp.
The arm made it to me. I'm Hawthorne's next of kin, sort of.
No kidding. And now you're here? Colony feels smaller than you'd think some days. I'm glad I was here to see this confluence of events, you know? The stars really aligned on this one. And here I am, smack dab in the middle.
Why bother sending the arm at all?
I figured Hawthorne would want to know what happened to his pal. Help Lucky get his affairs in order, you know. Oh, I hate to see people go with unfinished business.
Where was Lucky staying?
3rd floor. Once I figured he wasn't coming back to pay his tab, I left his room unlocked to air it out. You can help yourself to anything you left behind. Fair warning, I've been letting the regulars use it for a quick lie down. Just wash your hands when you're done. Trust me.
What do you know about Gorgon?
Spacer's Choice used to brew pharmaceuticals in these parts. That's why the asteroid smells like an old gym sock. They say Adrenatime came from here, just down the road at the old R&D lab. Very hush-hush back in the day.
Would any of your regulars have more information about Gorgon?
Roscoe might tell you more. He spent some time around here before the bar opened up. And I trust him well enough. There's always Leonora, my favorite customer over in the storage room on the 2nd floor. Keeps to herself and always closes out her tab.
I get to reunite with the dog from Rule of Rose. What's Roscoe's story?
He's been here since opening day. I think he told me he was some kind of journalist. He got left behind when Spacer's Choice pulled out. And I guess no one's coming to get him.
Poor bastard. You looking out for him?
Roscoe's drinks are on the house. We all know how it feels to get left behind. He'll be all right. He's with the family now, and we take care of our own.
Why'd he get left behind?
He didn't tell me and I didn't ask. I'm his bartender, not his human resources rep. If you believe the chatter, a lot of good folks got left behind, and a lot of bad folks made it out. Sometimes that's all there is to it.
What can you tell me about Leonora?
Nice lady. Been coming around a lot these past few months. She isn't with Sublight, but seems to know the lay of the land better than anyone. She spends most of her days drinking alone. I think she's looking to hire someone. If you're open to a side gig.
Do you know if she spoke with Lucky Montoya at all?
Now that you mention it, I thought I saw those two sharing stories over a pint. Didn't think twice about it. I don't speak ill of the dead, but Leonora deserves better company. That Lucky was no good for her.
Thanks for the tip.
What are friends for, eh?
Any idea why Spacer's Choice shut Gorgon down?
I doubt anyone knows the full story. One day the evacuation order went out. Grunts and lab coats scrambled to get anywhere but Gorgon. And the weirdest thing of all, Adrenatime still hit the market. Me, I never touch the stuff. To each their own, but I think it's dangerous.
Salvagers must be making a fortune off of Gorgon.
Damn right we are. We've got drugs, scrap metal, prototype weapons, drugs, money, and more drugs. When Spacer's Choice evacuated, everyone dropped their gear and ran. Most of it stayed where it fell, and all of it is up for grabs. Of course, the real treasure is whatever's locked up in the old facility. Until someone figures a way to crack it open, we're just sifting through dirt.
No further questions.
You got it, bub.
So you run this place?
Yes and no. The Sprat Shack used to be a shipping and receiving warehouse during the old Project Gorgon days. When Spacer's Choice pulled their guys off-world, Sublight moved in to salvage what we could, and they put me in charge.
So Sublight owns the Sprat Shack now.
Yes and no. Rumor has it there's a Sprat wandering around the Groundbreaker, and he's the legal owner of the Sprat Shack. Hagen's idea.
Dare I ask why a Sprat owns this bar?
See, Hagen didn't want a paper trail that led back to her, so she gave the bar to the Sprat. If there were any legal problems with this place, the Sprat would do the time.
You think a Sprat could own Edgewater? Oh, imagine one wearing Mr. Thompson's little hat!
Hey, Sprats can be real dangerous. I once saw a Sprat cross a guy off. Well, not exactly. Guy I worked with choked on a Sprat bone while he was having his usual salt tuna for lunch.
Anyway, that's what the paperwork says. I don't make the rules.
So you just already knew that Saltuna was actually Sprat's. How would you even know which Sprat's the right one?
Easy. His name's Matt. The beautiful thing is, no one could tell Matt Sprat apart from an ordinary vermin.
Matt Sprat?
I think that's kind of the point, to send the authorities on a wild Sprat chase.
Matt Sprat. fucking owner of Shame Shmeary. Shame Sheary. Whatever. What happens if Ethel Gabler turns him into Spratwurst?
Never thought about that. Shit, someone could have eaten my boss. As far as business arrangements go, this one's a head scratcher, but they say it's all above board, so that's what matters.
Does Spacer's Choice mind you're squatting on their warehouse?
Yes and no. We're doing a lot more than squatting. We're classing up the joint, keeping the riffraff outside where it belongs. They didn't even serve drinks until I arrived. Talk about wasted potential.
Can you answer any question without starting with yes and no?
Yes. And no. Again, that one was Hagen's idea. She told me that speaking in vague terms keeps you out of trouble. And I don't want any trouble in my place.
How do you get supplies in and out?
Thirsty people come and go from all over the colony. Mostly on the way to somewhere better. Some are well-connected. And not everyone pays with bits. That's how we get the unconventional goods anyhow. Sublight keeps us well stocked with the essentials, by which I mean booze.
I'm gonna have a look around.
Be seeing you.
Alright, we're getting friendly. Let's go check out this guy's room. Not you. Green one. It's so weird that discovering vending machines gives you experience, and there's so many of them.
Never had bars this nice. They got balconies and everything.
Yep.
Think the folks here like strangers? Because some of them are looking at us like maybe not.
You can good old-fashioned throw somebody off of the balcony around here.
I'm gonna love this place.
Leonaro. Leonaro? What?
You don't look like one of the salvagers, no? Don't really seem like the type. You've got the look of someone who's traveled far to get here and whose journey is far from over.
I mean, I already beat the game, but then I, like, reverted so I could have more adventures. Because they can't acknowledge what happened in the epilogue and so on, because that would change the face of the world too much, so we gotta have this DLC take place in Durin. And seen things. Too many things to fully process them all.
You and me both. I don't know if you're bound for the old ruins, but in case you are, can you look into something? I'd do it myself, but of course, the marauders would eat me alive.
I bet you could stand your ground.
Not for long. Looking for something out there. Been paying Sublight to help me, but they haven't made much progress.
Sublight wouldn't turn over a rock unless there was salvage under it.
Well put. My husband and I worked on Gorgon during the good times. Jerome was on maintenance duty. I cleaned out test tubes till they sparkled.
Where's Jerome now?
Nowhere good, that's for sure. In his final hours, Gorgon was a war zone. Violence broke out in the labs. The hills were full of marauders. You couldn't take a leisurely stroll without an armed escort. When the order came through to evacuate, non-essential personnel drew a lottery to see who would board the first wave of ships. Jerome won. I lost. As soon as I wasn't looking, Jerome switched our tickets and pushed me to the front of the line. I got to leave. Jerome stayed behind. I never saw him again.
So what brings you back to Gorgon?
A broken heart, that's what. This place is greedy. It took my Jerome, and it would have taken me too. I just want one thing back. His old hip flask. I gave it to him the day we signed our marriage contract, and he carried it wherever he went. I know it's still here.
Given the salvagers, maybe not. What do you think happened to Jerome?
No point in denying it, he died on this rock. Likely torn apart by marauders, unless he took care of himself on his own terms. I don't like to imagine what happened, but I know I have to accept it.
I could keep an eye out for that flask.
You'd really do that for me? Law, and I'll bet you're worth 10 of those Sublight Sprats. I don't have much, but if you help me, there's a little set aside for the occasion. Jerome used to drink with his buddies in a small kitchen opposite the maintenance shed. Might be a good place to check first.
I wanted to ask you something first, unless there's no more things to ask. Let's find out.
Yeah?
Did you know Lucky Montoya?
That old flirt? Yeah, I let him buy me a drink or two. He talked my ear off about exciting jobs he'd done. All lies, I'm sure. He fell asleep with his head on my shoulder. That man had baggage like you wouldn't believe. I didn't think anyone could be lonelier than me.
Was he depressed?
He put on quite a front, but I think he was weary. Like he'd seen too much and had too little to show for it. Guess we were kindred spirits in a way.
Did he mention anything about the Gorgon research facility?
He bragged about having the key to some sort of maintenance area in one of the old buildings. I never saw it, so I just assumed he was talking himself up. He also asked if I wanted to see something gross and slimy he kept in his room, but I declined, politely.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
Sure thing. My condolences if you two were close.
Tell me about your time on Gorgon.
The lab coats kept quiet about the project, but the air was charged with excitement. You could feel it wherever you went. They wanted to change the world. A tenfold boost to worker productivity with no side effects? Who wouldn't salivate at the thought? I don't know what went wrong, but when the shit hit the fan, it sprayed everyone in its path, including me.
Gross. Oop, a lot of beds around here. I'm guessing the gross slimy thing in his room was less euphemistic than expected.
Why'd you want to meet here anyway?
I thought we could have some fun in the ruins. Salvaging, like old times.
I don't know, Carol. Salvage is a young man's game. I'm just a clerk now.
Just a clerk. Come on, where's your sense of adventure?
Oh, fine. At least buy me another round. Make it 2. Gotta find my courage.
She sounds really familiar. It's unnerving how everyone starts talking right when you walk near them, but then they stare at you the moment they finish, like, yes, hello, conversation complete. What would you like, sir? Gotta find his room, but of course I'm just gonna check every door. Even though it's on the, I know it's on the 3rd floor.
Who's this now? Wonder if they could... who am I kidding?
It's that Roscoe dude we heard about. What game is this, and why is it played on 2 awkward boards? Good old crooked like. It's on a rolling oh, it's one of these. It's not even under table.
Holy shit, a fresh face. Haven't seen your like in years. Don't know what brought you to the most dangerous corner of this solar system, pal, but you're welcome here. Oh, you talked to Lex yet? She tell you to keep it civil? You wouldn't guess to talk to her, but that lady's got a mean left hook.
Fresh face. Thanks, I grew it myself. I talked to her. She mentioned you're some kind of journalist.
Some kind. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Got into reporting thinking I was gonna be some sort of public intellectual. What a joke. Spent 95% of my time playing stenographer to the board, and the rest writing puff pieces on the chairman's latest beard trim. Real life and death shit.
You seem like you're having a rough time. Can I help you out?
If you're going back out there, do you think you'd be willing to do an old bastard a small favor?
Helping out old bastards is 80% of my job. What do you need? I accept payment and experience points.
The other 20% is ordering me around.
Well, I've been trying to get away from this rock for 5 lobby-fucked years, but I can't stay gone.
Why is that?
Told you I was a journalist, right? I was here on a story back when Project Gorgon was active. I was doing an interview series for Spacer's Choice. Recorded them all on these little portable phonographs. But when everything fell to shit, Spacer's Choice wouldn't let me leave. Terms of my reporting contract unmet, they said.
You hid them and now you need me to help you get them. That about cover it?
Right on the money. Look at me, I'm no fighter. I've never even touched a gun. But you're just the right amount of rough around the edges. Help me get my recordings back so I can finally get the hell out of here.
Why stash the recordings?
Someone had been trying to steal them since the day my assistant and I started interviewing. Couldn't even keep them in my safe. They always found a way in. So I took to hiding them all over the fucking asteroid. Thought I was so clever. What a fool I was.
Oh no, you went and gave me a fucking collectible. What have you done? You monster. You mentioned an assistant. Where are they now?
Oh, Georgie? Yeah, she helped me with interviews. A real whiz with the portable recorder tech, too. When things got crazy, I shoved her onto the last ship off Gorgon. With any luck, she's safe and comfortable in Byzantium.
I don't know if anyone is.
She tried every which way to stay, but it was my contract keeping us here, not hers. Didn't seem fair she'd have to suffer just because I made a bad deal.
Bro, I got bad news for you about Byzantium. Why not just forget the contract and leave?
Oh, I've tried, make no mistake. I've caught a couple of rides out with sublight folks, but the board's fixers always send me right back. And I'm not about to stand toe-to-toe with marauders just to fulfill a line item on a contract.
It's your lucky day, Roscoe. I'll get those recordings for you.
No shit? That's downright civilized of you. All right. One of them I stash in the Office of Creative Incubation, in the projector room on the 3rd floor. I gave another to my friend Birdie to keep in her apartment, just outside OCI's upper entrance.
You think it's civilized? Wait till you see what happens when I... to the marauders. Why there?
Seems like a good idea at the time. Someone had started a fire, folks were shooting other folks. It was a madhouse.
Got it, next.
You'll find another in the chem lab. It's in the main lab storage room.
You ran all over Gorgon just to hide your recordings?
Didn't have much of a choice. The primals had gotten loose, couple of them were chasing me. The recordings just ended up wherever I hid.
Alright, easy enough. The others?
The final one is in human inquiry and auditing. It's tucked behind a pipe in observation room B.
The observation room. Wouldn't someone have seen you?
What with the test subjects running loose, the researchers were surprisingly unobservant.
Got it. I'll be back.
Strength to your sword arm, friend. And thank you.
You made choices. Did you say the primals? What are you talking about? More games. What is that? Oh, they're like weird buttons. I was like, what is that weird grid I see on him?
What's the story with this place anyhow?
Used to be a shipping warehouse. Supplies came in, deadly chemicals went out.
Who told you that?
I worked here back in the day.
You're pulling my leg.
Nope, it's true.
Speedy thing go in, speedy thing come out. There's so many different colored sprats around here and they don't like it when I look at them. I'm the Sprat Scarer. Give me the title. It's better than Scab, what that other guy goes by.
What you got there? Adrena time, I think. I found some in an old busted crate.
You're just gonna take some drug you found in the garbage?
It's not some drug. It's Adrena time.
I don't see a label.
If it wasn't safe, it wouldn't be in a syringe.
I can't argue with that.
What the fuck? Of course you can. What a distressing conclusion to draw. Of course it's safe, and it's in a syringe. When has a thing in a syringe ever been bad?
Oh, it's coming back up again.
You doing alright, buddy?
I'm all right. That last one really emptied my guts.
Y-
No, wait. Here comes more.
You need me to hold your hair back? Why can't I just pet the Sprat? Wait. Oh, there's one. Okay, I was like, people come in here to relax? Nothing looks like there's space for them. It's actually really clean looking in here compared to half the place. And then you get to this bed that looks like a nightmare. It's just the bed. Requires code to unlock. Well, I guess I'll get busy trying to... Oh, this computer doesn't work. Incomprehensible notes stuff. It looks like real writing that's unique, but it's too low res. You might be able to read it, but it's just really annoying to try to read. And I'm not here to have a repeat of Riven where everyone complains that I tried. Funny thing, I looked back at that episode, one of the ones where I was having trouble reading it, and I had no trouble reading it. Like, I looked through it and I just, like, read it all on a whim with no effort, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why was I having trouble?
What do you think you're doing?
What do you think you're doing? But the did it even say it was bad? Is this a squeaky clean kind of place? What about, I thought I was being called a goody two shoes. Now people are coming after me, this Jason Statham dude. I mean, I don't know what was going on. Maybe I think it might have been that the game was stretched across my 1080p monitor, like 16:9, and so it might have looked extra fucked up. And then when I think I might have fixed the aspect ratio in editing, or it might have even recorded correctly but displayed wrong, because a lot of old games do that. Like, I didn't have any trouble reading the cursive in the episode that I infamously had trouble reading the cursive, so even I'm confused. But I guess that's part of why people are so frustrated, because it's like, yeah, I can read this too. I don't know, man. I'm trying. I was just leaving.
I don't want any trouble out of you.
It's not my fault the game didn't tell me that it's bad to open this one. It doesn't say it's... I mean, I open shit all the time. This one didn't have like a stealing marker as far as I can tell. Yeah, nothing else. I can pick up anything else. Lucky's case notes. Day 1. Spacer's Choice may have left in a hurry, but they didn't forget to lock the doors on their way out. Most of the facilities are sealed up tighter than a top runger's safe. Time to do some digging. Day 6. Caught a break today. Met a scavenger who claims to be a salesman for Spacer's Choice. Sold me a key to the Office of Creative Incubation. Let's just say this guy's about as lucid as a Sprat in Rizzo's factory, but I'm spending Minnie's bits so I can afford to take a chance. Day 7. It worked. Clarence mostly, whoever you are, I'm drinking to you tonight. Day 10. Olivia Ambrose's office and journal might be in the Synthesis and Manufactory Center. Bad news is it's sealed up and at the ass end of the canyon. The good news is I should be able to open it from the Bigwig's admin terminal in OCI. Day 13. OCI is crawling with marauders, and I've got a few other leads to chase down. Could be nothing, but my gut tells me there's more to this place than a missing journal. I'm leaving the OCI key in the safe. The combo's 4815. Wow, that is not a hidden code. It's just fucking sitting there. Several whiskeys in, and a few bits short last night. Gave Lex the maintenance room key when I scrounge up what's owed. Note to self, pay up and get it back before you go to OCI.
Hey, marble. Oh, wait. Nope, that's a human eyeball.
You think they stick the preservative in before or after the eye comes out?
Probably after. Unless he's dead already. I guess I've got a human eyeball to help me get through a door scan.
So how you feeling?
At least for once, it's probably not Lucky's organ this time. Why is my waypoint up here? What's it pointing me at? What is it point? I think this is where my ship is in the air. Right, I don't think there's been a loading screen, so it would still be pointing outside and not to the door like I'm used to from games like this.
What's your pleasure?
Did Lucky leave a key with you?
As a matter of fact, he did. Collateral for the bar tab he was racking up. So, I guess it's mine now. And no, you can't have it.
Is the key worth 1763 bits to you? I don't know why I got to such a specific number.
No. Maybe. Alright, yes. Here. I don't know what it unlocks, but Lucky seemed to think it was important. I take him at his word. Come back when you're thirsty.
It's a bit narratively satisfying to get the key, but it's probably a door I could have opened myself. Oh well. Come back up, everybody. You guys that teleport onto that bridge. Or onto the lift. Words, things, stuff. Alright. Add into the world. Oh, there was a loading screen. It's just that we took the elevator in, and I forgot.
Who knew what darkness lurked in the heart of Gorgon? Captain Hawthorne and his crew were about to find out.
Any day now.
You think this place we're headed will tell us more about Gorgon? I wonder what they got up to here.
Yeah, I think if we go to the core of where the things went down on Gorgon, that'll tell us more about what happened on Gorgon. You really cracked the code, Ashley Birch. Oh, shit. Down I go. I think it's time to start going in what seemingly is the only direction I can go in. See how that pans out. About to shoot a lot of marauders. I dig how colorful it is in this game. I like the Outer Wilds Subnautica approach to space stuff and alien stuff, where it's just like a colorful, crazy, exotic visual. Sell me on the idea. You go all Avatar on it. Make it like a place that's nice to look at and not like a grungy brown hellscape or whatever. No one went to space to be bored. Just kidding. Basically every astronaut did. I mean, I'm sure it's conceptually exciting and there's several things that are really cool about it. But also you're just trapped in that one place for a long time. I would not love it. At least that part of it. Marauder Crackshot. So among other things, I'm probably going to want to find Lucky's corpse if it is around here. There's a decent chance it has things I might need.
Oh, this looks just like the abandoned parts of Edgewater.
Ow. Rude. Time to get punished. Oopsie. Works better when I don't miss. Ow. How's that aiming working out for you now, huh? Let me help. Yeah, you guys do it. I have to reload. Ah, damn it. Trying to pick things up.
So anyway, what happened to all these people? Not like they had anywhere to go.
We shot them, Felix. I got a waypoint over here. But I gotta find the only way in. This is not it, apparently. Letters from Edgewater, 2 of 3. Weirdly phrased. Why are they numbered? Dear Cousin Dan, Adrenatime really leaves you wanting more, doesn't it? We've got the first batch, fast, but lo and behold, Reed gave us more, in recognition of our exemplary work ethic and unwavering brand loyalty. How about that? Still no letter from you? I've been feeling a tad queasy lately, but I'm sure a little Adrenatime is just what I need to shake it off. Write me back. How are the sunsets in Gorgon? Do you get sunsets? He's getting killed by the drug, and he's trying to fix it with the drug. Dear Cousin Dan, this one's part 1, so it's earlier. Reed Thompson started doling out Adrenatime to a select few of us, and guess who got his hands on the first batch? Isn't that the drug you're working on? I had my dosage this morning, and it worked straight through lunch. The guy who cleans Saltuna across from me is pulling a second shift, and now he's due for a 2-bit raise. You should see what he can do with a scalding knife. Don't forget to write back. Maybe get me the Moon Man's autograph when you've got a minute to spare. Part 3. Cousin Dan. Reed stopped giving out the stuff. Law damn it. If I can't get Adrenatime from him, that makes you my only source. Don't you fucking string me along. Can't work, can't sleep, can't even think straight. Get it over. Send me everything you've got, now. Please? Also, are they hiring? He's a junkie now. You fucked him up. You are the enabler. You are a bad family member. Don't do that. but also everyone sucks here. In all of the place. There's just so many of these just lying around. Considering it's a salvage operation for so many people, you'd think that stuff that helps you open doors would be accounted for. Engraved Flask. The engraving reads, Jerome, cheers for the beginning of forever. Love, Leonora. It smells of decent whiskey, cheap cologne, and old cigarettes. Well, that was just sitting right here. I guess there was like 3 marauders in the way, but holy crap, that was close to where she was. How long has she been waiting to get that? It was just hanging, like, around the corner. Go figgy. There are so many of these. Jerome's journal. Day 0. Ship just left. La blessed for getting Leonora off this blasted rock, or then it comes back later, but, you know, like, not during the war outbreak or whatever. Etheridge called me a fool for giving her my ticket. But Etheridge is a dumbass. So what does he know? I do it again in a second. And from now on, my only goal is survival until Spacer's Choice comes back for the rest of us. L, my heart, I will find my way home to you. Day 1. Some of us sheltered in the mines last night, taking turns keeping watch. I don't care to imagine what happens to the others who aren't here. I can hear marauders screaming in the hills. Day 2. Used a little adrenal time today, not much, just enough to stay alert. Lucky I did, or we wouldn't have heard those mantisaurs coming. And time to get the hell out of there. Going to search out a different cavern to shelter in tomorrow. Day 3. Mine's not safe, aw damn it. Shouldn't have gone in there in the first place. I think we were exposed to something in the air, maybe. Day 5. Most of us made it over to the apartments. We're packed in here like Saltuna for now. But hopefully we can get a few more units barricaded and sealed up tight. Make them safe, so we can spread out a little more. Day 6. Went by Elle's in my old apartment while hunting for supplies and stashed the flask she gave me on the day we signed our marriage contract, just in case something happens and she comes looking. Maybe she'll find it. Even if she doesn't find... well... that's if some shiftless looter doesn't find it first. Yeah, it was pretty easy to find. You should have expected that. But hey, here I am. Me, a shiftless looter, but the one that's working for her. Day 7. Carlson's been short with everyone today. Carlson. Most days you could drop a flange wrench on her foot and the woman would apologize for being in the way. But for a minute there, I really thought she was gonna stab Simon. Day 8. Ambushed by marauders in the night. Had to use adrenal time again to keep awake. Sorry, Al. I didn't have much choice. Even with the adrenal time, I almost can't believe I outlasted them. Next time. Maybe best not think about next time. Day 15. Starting to think we're spaced, but can't think of that. Gotta get back to Leonora, I swear. I miss you like breathing. Low on adrenal time. Gonna go back for more. Day 22. L. Just gotta get back to L. Day 34. Etheridge stole my mock apple, that void-forsaken Sprat sack. Want to unzip his arms off and beat him with them. I could do it. He sleeps. So weak and stupid. Stupid Etheridge. How long have you not slept? Day 42. Where in the system is Spacer's Choice? Where are those blasted ships they promised to send for us? Did they forget we're here? Makes a man wonder. All my loyalty, and for what? Only loyal to L now. Yeah, no, loyalty doesn't give you anything in this universe. Day 46. Maybe they abandoned us. It's on purpose, I know it. On purpose. They left us here to die. They left us here to die. Day 49. If Etheridge steals what's mine again, I'll end him. Day... L... Day? How long does it take to send help? How long? How come back and phase us? You cowards, spacers, cowards? Yeah, question mark plus blat. I feel sick trying to picture Elle's face and I can't anymore. Forgive me, Elle. Etheridge is dead. He deserved it. Well, he just decayed. And then there's some Kurds. Okay. Oh, that guy doesn't have legs. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. Everyone's really addicted to this drug. I feel like I should not ever take this drug that everyone's really addicted to and it's having a bad time with. Seems like a reasonable recommendation. Do not take this drug. You have so many sides. I feel like there's more upstairs than I saw. I don't remember going that high. I think that might have been it. Here we go. Hey, little buddy, you get locked in here? You could have died. Go on and run off now. Get immediately taken out by a predator.
This is my second month on Adrenatime.
Ugh.
It's like the color came back. Like I was tuned to the wrong band all this time, and now the static's gone. I'm finally clear-headed, focused. There's so much I'm excited to do. I feel like me again. Side effects? I guess I've noticed people staring at me a lot more lately. Hard to talk to them sometimes. Feels like they don't get it. Maybe they just don't trust it. Or maybe they don't trust me.
That likely indicates that while she's on Adrenatime, she's just acting really strangely. Or just makes people paranoid. That guy was getting paranoid and was planning on killing that other guy. And maybe that was just the Adrenatime, yeah. Do not recommend trying that drug. Seems like a really bad plan. So far, I don't get that much incentive to actually try the drugs in any of the Fallout games, despite how common they are. The idea of an addiction, it always just sounds like a pain in the ass. And I almost never actually need the little stat boost in the short term. I think in my Fallout one, I needed it once, and it was just because I literally wasn't strong enough to put something on once, but it was going to change my whole playthrough if I did, because I could instantly, like, have some long-term changes afterwards. The Gorgon Ruins. Alright, let's look at our fast travel places then. Oh, there's a lot. So I'm in the ruins, and there's the Sprat Shack. Might as well just head back.
Mr. Lucky Spirit. We're gonna finish your work and put you to rest, good and proper.
Who knew what darkness lurked in the heart of Gorgon? Captain Hawthorne and his crew were about to find out.
Didn't you already say that? I feel like you already said that. What does that icon on the bottom of the screen mean? Does that mean my gun's about to break? Is that what that means? But I figure, hey, if they're gonna give me a fast travel spot, I might as well just warp on back and get closure on this storyline in the same episode it started in. One less dangling thread. One less hanging Chad.
You find anything out there, you let me know. I'm ready to get off this rock.
I found your husband's flask.
That's it, all right. Law. Still smells like his whiskey, his cigarettes, and that awful cologne he bathed in every morning. Here. I saved up for this just in case I needed to go out into the ruins myself. Truth be told, I'm glad I never had to use it. You didn't happen to find anything else out there, did you?
Found Jerome. Looked like he died peacefully.
Good. I should have been there for him, but I suppose he wanted to be alone in the end. Thank you for the flask. Jerome and I were supposed to live and die together, but sometimes fate has other plans. Time for me to get off this rock. Memories hang around here like a bad smell, and I could use some fresh air.
Be seeing you, Lenora.
Those were some real nice words, boss. I just hope she'll be all right.
That was a real kind thing you did, Captain. Maybe not what I would have wanted, but it looks to be what she needed.
Awkward to say that right in front of her, but okay. It always feels like it's implied they say it later after you walk away, which I think they did used to do sometimes in other games. But they say it right on the spot, and it's like, you're gonna blow my cover. Workbench. Repair. You. Where's durability listed again? 67%. Eh. Tinker. Modify. Yeah, so that's the things. This is the upgrade screen. So I got a gloop gun. This interface. How do you tell what's equipped? I guess is this a quality? Because there's also a white background. Is this just a quality indicator? I don't like the interface in this game. I just want to quickly review which items I'm currently holding and check to see if I can upgrade them. But they just make it a pain in the ass. And that's unfortunate. You have to go outside before you can fast travel in this game. Womp womp. Yeah, I think loot's overrated just across the board in most games. Getting a billion dupes and a bunch of confusing bullshit in your inventory where you have to slowly page through it all. It's supposed to make you feel like you're constantly being rewarded or something, but it just does not at all work on me. It just feels like annoying clutter. But it's like a game you have to play, because you gotta keep up with the progression. One of the most, like, base level versions of it that was potentially the most annoying was Control, which felt like it absolutely did not need a loot system whatsoever, and they awkwardly forced in a weird series of upgrades that were just like abstract pickups, and they were all just percentages to your abilities, and it was and you would just get like a billion dupes of the same upgrade. That's what was worth the same percentage over and over again, and you're like, what the fuck, game? Just don't. Why don't you just have a skill tree or something that wow, you play while you're playing, you level up a bit, and you just level up that ability if you want to. Like, why do I need a billion identical items? And it's just like, it's so fiddly and time wasty. But then it's like, if you don't play pick up all the items, if you don't play the loot game, then you're gonna be behind the power curve, and you're like, ah, fuck. So there is no opting out. I remember posting on forums all the way back when the first Borderlands game came out, where I'm like, is there like can we have like a slider that's like less loot, but more, like, can I get fewer, more impactful loot drops instead of the thing where every enemy you fight explodes into a confetti of 4 guns somehow, and you're like, I don't, why does anyone want this? I'm here for hopefully the gameplay, at least in some cases. And then the story and the exploration and whatnot. And you know what makes exploration really rewarding? Good loot in a game. Like, good loot. Like, you find unique, interesting things. Like upgrades. Like a heart piece? A heart piece in Zelda. That makes you feel rewarded. Like, oh shit. big permanent upgrade item. I'm so happy I came here and found this and probably solved a puzzle or something. But these games is just like, I don't know, I'm just passively pressing E on a bunch of shit, and half the time I'm just making a judgment call about how heavy it is so I can spam E on all the light things, because I don't feel like having too many redundant equipment items. Like, I don't give a shit about what I'm picking up. It totally is just a obligatory, yep, that's what kind of game it is. They insisted on making a game that's like Fallout New Vegas because that's their reputation and how the game gets funded. So the game has too much loot and too much combat, even though both of those are counterproductive to the narrative and the setting. And their constant need to justify how many people you murder over the course of the game, in many cases, like, hurts a lot of the settings you're in. It'd be a better game with fewer enemies. But that's how you get your game funded. You make a faithful follow-up to Fallout New Vegas, warts and all.